There's been so many rumors and talks and sometimes even some fake leaks about the future of PlayStation and what they have in store for us for 2022. Because when you think about it, as much as Sony's been talking about their exclusives and as much as stuff has really been burning up store shelves like Horizon Forbidden West and Gran Turismo 7, we still don't know what they're doing for the rest of the year. Where's God of War Ragnarok? Is Final Fantasy 16 still coming soon? Let's talk about what's now happened with the announced state of play. What's up, gamers? DreamcastGuy here. Now, this is sort of just my own speculation announcing with their news. So, just a few minutes ago, they said this. State of Play returns tomorrow, March 9th at 2 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Now, this is over on the PlayStation blog, and you'll actually notice it says more specifically what we're going to be seeing. There will not be any games or updates about PlayStation VR2 or anything about the hardware. Instead, this is going to be games that are eye-catching and coming to the PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4. Now, on the surface, that doesn't seem like that much, but I feel like there's actually a pretty good hint as to what we could be seeing. This show is clocking in around 20 minutes, give or take, with a special focus on highlighting great games coming from some of our beloved Japanese publishers, though we'll have a few updates from other developers located around the world too. Now, I feel like this is actually their way of basically saying, don't expect God of War Ragnarok. Now, I'll be honest, that's the part of this that kind of shocks me the most, is that I feel like a lot of us are the most curious about that. If you actually look at a lot of the surveys, a lot of the talks, a lot of the fan polls, God of War Ragnarok is not only the most hyped PlayStation game, it's the thing that's sort of the most mysterious. We still believe it's coming at some point, but a lot of the leaks were saying it might come in July, but if they're not showing it in March, this thing is probably going to be coming out in September or October. But now, let's say what this probably is. I think for sure it's just a safe bet to say that we're definitely going to be seeing a lot of Final Fantasy, possibly things like Final Fantasy Tactics Remastered, and of course Final Fantasy 16. Now, I've actually heard some rumblings that we're going to be getting a Final Fantasy 16 demo, the same way that they did a PlayStation exclusive demo for Final Fantasy 15. I think that this is a good chance for them to show it off, to display it, and give us a reason to be hyped. But also, there is some talks that we're going to see their retro service. So this is actually Jeff Grubb. Jeff Grubb loves to leak stuff. He is the king of getting stuff out there. But he says this: I don't know if Spartacus is getting announced here, but I do think testing should go public very soon. Now, if you haven't been paying attention, Spartacus is a very interesting program that apparently is internally being messed with over at PlayStation. Now, this is basically going to be Sony's answer to Game Pass. There's been a lot of talks about the fact that this is apparently going to be stuff like PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, maybe even PlayStation 2, PlayStation Vita, PlayStation 1, it's going to be retro games as part of a paid subscription service. Now, Jeff Grubb has specifically leaked recently that it's going to be a tiered service. So you can pay a small amount and it just gives you PlayStation Plus. A higher fee, you get PlayStation Now, and the highest tier, you get access to lots of retro games. Now, if that's what they showed off tomorrow, I think it would be a good chance to sort of get people hyped. Like, I feel like a lot of people do love retro gaming, and I feel like especially now, people have kind of become focused on the idea of archiving the classics, especially on PlayStation. Like, so many amazing PS1 RPGs have pretty much been lost to time. Most people do not have the ability to dust off their old systems whenever they're craving to play something that's old and archaic and happens to be awesome, like an old Saga game. It would be nice if they showed that off, but more specifically, I do think that this is their chance to sort of just tease some of those mid-tier experiences. Also, I do think that it's possible that we're going to see another look at Ghostwire Tokyo. Remember, that is coming out actually at the end of March. I should say, full disclosure, I am playing Ghostwire Tokyo right now. I'm going to be releasing a lot of content about that in a couple weeks here, so stay tuned for that. But it's making me think, what are we actually going to get? My biggest hope, more than anything, is just more classic JRPGs. I like the fact that everything is becoming a Western RPG. I certainly am loving things like Elden Ring, which is a very action RPG, but I'm hoping that we get more stuff when it comes to Japan, stuff that's going to feel different, stuff that's going to feel authentic, stuff that's going to feel as awesome as possible. just for fun, let's take a look at some spicy replies to the original tweets, because sometimes people have the best ideas or the worst ideas. Of course, Pio spamming God of War, which I don't think we're going to see, but if we do, that'd be great. So here we go. I speak for every gamer when I say Xbox is better. Hopefully we see God of War. Nope. No Ragnarok equals a bad event. Oh, God. God of War Ragnarok, yeah. So, ratio of war. So, it seems like pretty much every reply is God of War. Well, I hope you guys aren't disappointed. There has also been talks about the fact that maybe there's going to be some sort of acquisition. Maybe we're going to see a reveal for Silent Hill Remake, because realize that is a Japanese project. But I don't know. Tell me your thoughts in the comments down below and what you think this might be, what you think it definitely isn't, and if this gets you excited at all. Thanks so much for watching, gamers. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a giant thumbs up, share with your friends, and subscribe if you haven't already. But do me the biggest favor of all, and keep dreaming. Also, please, if you haven't, be ready and subscribe so that you can watch all of my content about Ghostwire Tokyo very soon. It's, I'm not even allowed to say. Okay, I'll see you soon. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.